What's going on? Welcome to another edition of Hustlers Kung Fu Live. This is your stimulus check update, and the government games begin. It is about to be crazy. What's about to happen? Senate went back to work today, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. All right. Make sure that we are cooking with gas. As always, our live stream is brought to you by Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills. This is what's going down this week, this coming up Sunday. How to turn an established LLC into an S Corp holding company. In the comments, I am constantly like, hey, I have an already established LLC. I want to turn it into a holding company. How do I do it? I cannot answer that question in the comment because there's a series of procedures, steps, and schedules that you must do this correctly, or you could get into financial trouble. Let me say this again. There is a methodology, there's a way, there's a few steps that you have to take to turn an already established LLC that has been paying taxes into a holding company. So this Sunday, 6 p.m., we're going to go through this. Now, if you've already bought The Art of Holding, I already sent out discount coupons because you already bought The Art of Holding. And if you've in B School for Hustlers, the strategic holding company, you don't have to do anything. You've already got an invite. You will be eligible to come. You will be able to participate because you already paid for this, because this will be part of the business classes. So just saying that, just putting that out there for the people. All right, hold on. Let me do something real quick. You know how the YouTubes be. The YouTubes do not be playing. So let me go ahead. Send that out. All right. This is the situation that we have. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a little calculation and a little math on it. Due to the government coming out with the $3.2 trillion stimulus package and another $4 trillion for the corporations, and that this has been propping up the economy. And right now, this is a very pivotal month. The talks in Congress are extremely important because if the stimulus goes away, we're going to have a lot of problems. We're going to have a lot of consequences. So I'm going to be talking about this because I'm going to be watching what they do, and I'm going to keep you updated, because I think that Congress, with the CARES Act, opened Pandora's box. So essentially, because I feel, after doing some research and listening to the talking heads, that I don't think the $600 per week thing is going to stay in effect, but I don't think it's going to completely disappear either. I think it'll go down to $300 because that has been part of what's been keeping the economy afloat, because this money's been going to people and the people have been spending the money. So this is really crucial. And this is why I call it the government games. It's like the Hunger Games right now. It's an election year. High stakes. We got all kinds of stuff going on. And it is crazy. Oh, for those of you who want to participate in the how to turn your present LLC into a holding company, links are below. I forgot to say that. The links are below. And we will be getting down with the get down on Sunday. But it is crazy what is going to happen if they go ahead and they yank the rug from under people. And also, I feel that, it's going to be a tough battle because the economy is starting to mend itself. We're not going to be out of trouble for a few years, but we are getting past the critical, we no longer have almost 50 million people unemployed. It was 32.9 million people on unemployment. So essentially 18 million people have gone back to work, and more are going back to work, and more are getting laid off. But I've noticed that traffic has significantly picked up. So we're starting to work our way through this. I don't feel that we're going to close again. I don't think, California has already shut down, but I think it's just state by state. Most states are not going to close down again. They're just going to ride through this rough, rocky period. And it's going to be crazy what's going to happen. Because right now we have a series of events to happen. Because like I said, we have a looming eviction and foreclosure crisis. The eviction crisis is literally around the corner. We're looking at millions of people being evicted. And like I said in a previous video, it's going to take a lot of time to evict all these people. Some of these people will be in their apartments or houses for almost a year. Because, see, understand, the system was not built to evict millions of people at once. The system was pretty much built to evict a few people here and there, because most people pay their bills. Most people pay their rent. But this is going to be cataclysmic. This is going to be nuts when it comes down, because with the government games, and like I said, I keep talking about that this is going to set the stage, because like this is what I think is going to happen. The Democrats and the Republicans are going to continue to do battle. They're going to continue to do battle. And what's going to happen is, if the Republicans don't bend enough, because see, the Republicans are already, we're going to bend. We're going to meet you somewhere near the middle. We're not going to give you everything we want, but we're going to bend. But if they do not bend enough, this will set the stage for some type of universal basic income. The more I think about it, the more that I think that it's going to happen. The more that I think, because if the Republicans don't bend enough for the American public is going to vote them out of office. You heard it here first, because there are many political pundits who think that, hey, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. I'm here to tell you, we've got people right now who are scared. We have people right now who can't pay their bills. We have people right now who are about to lose it. And, I'll be talking about this because, like I said, they just went back to work today. They just had conversations today. So there's not a lot to report back, and all we can do is assume what they're doing. But I'm going to make a big assumption here that they may not get this done before August, because these are very, very high stakes, and the Republicans who still have a base, they got to represent, they got to save face. They can't just completely fold like a cheap suit. So this is one of the things that they're going to keep tussling. It's going to be a big tussle. I've been watching some of these stimulus check YouTubers, and they've been talking, and it's like, we need this stimulus money. And on one point, they are correct, because without the stimulus money, the economy would just completely crash. I mean, it's that bad. It is really that bad. It is that crazy what is going on. And one of the things that, you've got to look at and understand is how big the American economy was and how much we're talking trillions of dollars lost, trillions. And with this being, you know, we're past half the year is gone. We're past the halfway point, and this thing is going to keep dipping and dabbing and messing with the economy. And it's going to be very, very rough. Very, very rough. So they're going to have to do some more stimulus, because it's kind of like, the thing is, I got a burner coming up on Savage Finance really, really, probably this week. If they get it ready this week, you're going to love it. There's a lot. So be sure to subscribe to Savage Finance. Some good stuff's about to come up. One of the things that you have to understand is there will be another stimulus check, and I have no clue to how big it's going to be. No clue. I know it's going to be a one-time payment. It's not going to be a monthly payment. That's going to happen if the Democrats win the presidency, win the Senate, and they can do whatever they want to do. They can do double monkey backflips all over the American economy, and there's nothing the Republicans can do. Kind of like when the Republicans had all of the cards and they got all of these Supreme Court justices and stuff on there. But this is going to be some crazy, crazy, crazy stuff that's about to go down. Because, it's like luxuries once tasted become necessities. And it's going to be really hard to pull this money from the American people without having some serious, serious consequences. I mean, I'm talking serious, serious consequences. It's going to be crazy what's happening. All right, so I am messing around with this. And also something else that happened. Last week, we had unemployment of 1.3 million people. I want you to think about that. It is July. July only has 11 days left, and we're still having 1 million plus people getting laid off and filing unemployment. So we're going to see what the July numbers are going to be. But it is it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. What's up, people? Isaac Okai, I would be really surprised if it stays in effect. Timothy Salinas, how can our country afford UBI? The federal debt is approaching GDP. We're on the road to becoming Venezuela. Timothy Salinas, I don't think they're going to care. Community Solutions, I just got laid off. Good thing I have my LLC. Good thing for you too. Sorry to hear that. John Bladakoski, without this stimulus money, the streets will burn. Very possibly. Yes, I do believe that. Yes, the election year is very much into play. Always ready 24/7. Oh, the stimulus is going to continue. Trust me, there are too many hungry wolves in the street. Hey, that CDCW folk, get your concealed carry weapons permit. I got to renew mine. Well, Trump is definitely about giving the people a check. Timothy LaFour, how do you feel about the digital marketing industry? I will be laid off in 3 weeks, and I am thinking about into that or becoming an LPN. One of the things, today I had 2 consulting calls, and one of the gentlemen, he's getting ready to do a lot of stuff, and so we kind of laid out a roadmap for him. Whatever business you need to start your business from a position of strength. One of the biggest issues and one of the reasons that so many businesses go out of business is you get someone who wants to go ahead and do something that they've never done before, quit their job, make a go of it, and it's just too much pressure. It's just too much pressure. So Timothy, whatever you're going to do, make sure this is one of the things I want you to do. Sit down and write out a list of all your strengths and talents, and then create another list of jobs that you can do that match your strengths and talents. Because I'm telling you, just getting into something that you've never gotten into before, like, LPN, you're going to go to school for that. That's like, I think 2 years. So I know nothing about the corn shortage. The day I was thinking about that, because I heard about the corns, I don't really use change. I always use a credit card. I never use change, so I really don't have any. Community Solutions. Did you see people in China running the banks to withdraw their money? I did not. Do you know Diana's Orchard? I touched that Big Mama's house. They're gonna be staying up at Big Mama's house. I'm telling you. I did not see people in Taiwan prosing. SREP, how does an LLC help if you laid off? Well, hopefully, if you had an LLC for 2 years, you've been building a business and cash flow, not just having an LLC. Sammy and Company. It is time to help the poor. The rents, food income are so bad for them they don't have a chance to make it. Some on its time, stop being greedy and help them. We're about to see how much America really cares about the poor. JW Properties, Uncle G about to invest into an ammo maker. A lot of places in Houston are out of ammo. I'm not surprised. Oh, okay. 14 months. Cool. But, I like, the government games have begun. We're going to have some madness. We're going to have craziness. It's going to be bad. If they do not put together some type of additional stimulus, we're going to have problems. We're going to have issues. We're going to have some craziness stuff. Like one of the most, if not one of the craziest things, is what will happen if all the stimulus just stops? All right, Community Solutions. I was really thinking about that today. If they just stopped the stimulus and just cut it all cold turkey, what would happen? Yeah, I heard about that interview. Not to be forgiving of Trump and his misdeeds, the pressure on him has to be intense. I would be surprised if he is sleeping normal. So we're going to have some crazy stuff that's about to jump down. But are they going to do the right thing? Are they going to enact an appropriate stimulus? Because here's the problem with a putting in a flimsy stimulus that's not enough. Even with the stimulus that they've done, millions of people lost their jobs and millions of businesses have closed. That's with the stimulus. Imagine what's going to happen without it. I mean, it's going to be insanity. It's going to be crazy what's going to go down. But, hey. No, I haven't checked it out, Timothy LaFleur. I just know that when you start a business that caters to your strengths, your chances of being successful dramatically go up. Dang, I have 6 props I haven't collected for 6 months and won't till COVID-19 is over. Wow. There's a lot of people who have not paid their rent for a minute. Who here is a landlord? How's that looking out for you? Because I've been calling my real estate peeps, and some of them ran into some problems this month. I got one. His people are still paying. Jelani Coperman, you want to know what will happen? Just go to Reddit and take a look at the March through current EIDL and PP posts. They were going crazy because the money wasn't coming through fast enough. Here's one of the things that you've got to understand. That when you tell someone that, hey, I'm going to give you X amount of money, in their mind, that becomes gospel. That becomes gold. That becomes their new reality. When you tell somebody that, hey, we got some money, we're going to give it to you. It's your money. Just come get your money. Elder Tony Williams, I own 4 properties. I'm looking at everyone that's paying. Good for you. But when you all right, let me go ahead and explain this to you based upon marital law. You're married to Peggy, and you and Peggy are married 15 years, and you and Peggy got married. You both were poor as church mice. You didn't have nothing going on. You, to your credit, started a business, and now you're a millionaire. Peggy has never, ever worked in the business. You go to court. The court now tells you that you got to give Peggy 60% of the assets because they're going to treat you as a high income earner. And to make it equitable, since you're going to make more money in the future, they're going to give Peggy more money now. And Peggy has never went into your business. But because the law has told Peggy that she can get that 60% of the assets, she is going to fight you tooth and nail for her 60%, even though Peggy knows in her heart of hearts that she never did anything in the business. And that is what you got to deal with when you tell the American public, we're going to give you money, X amount of money for breathing, just being around, just living your life. We're going to give you money. Your commercial tenants are paying. That's cool. Changing lives. Okay. So some of y'all are still good. But this is what's going to happen. We're going to see some craziness because I got to go through the Heroes Act. I got to actually read that so I know what I'm talking about, because they put together these acts and they're like thousands and thousands of pages long. And so I got to go through those. Community solutions. That's a winning ticket right there. That's a winning ticket. That is a winning ticket where you can go ahead and turn something into an old folks home that is a winning ticket. That is that would be cool if you could pull that off. Sir Daily, deaths and divorces bring out the worst in people behind that money. Ain't that the truth? SREP, the tuition is going to be flushed the chumps out. I'm lowering my monthly expenses now. A friend of mine was getting 600 and still found a way to live check to check. Because the people were spending that money, man. They were spending that money. Nobody was saving anything. Timothy LaFleur, what you got to do is learn everything you can about digital marketing. Steve James, I saw an article about casinos opening outside of Charlotte, sponsored by the Indians. Vice's sale in any market should be finished sometime next year. $200 million development. Hey, I'm not surprised. Look what happened with OnlyFans. Some of these girls are making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, more money than they ever made in their life. And I hope that they're investing it, because when it stops, because I'm here to tell you, as someone who has had a jackpot situation, at some point that money's going to stop. It ain't going to keep coming in like that. Latroni, do your company help your self-employed businesses? What do you mean? What kind of help you looking for? Nemo, the child support videos always came through for me. Thank you. Hey, a lot of folks won't even touch that. Goddess Peggy provided company and cookie. 60% seems about right. Gaffrey, I'm in the insurance business and business has picked up for me. I would imagine so. A lot of people are sitting at home looking at their finances, looking at their insurance portfolios. Not shocked at all. You know, there are some businesses that are doing better during the pandemic than they did before the pandemic. It's a crazy, crazy thing. I mean, hey, these are some desperate times. These are very desperate times. Jay, yo, Glennon, after taking Hustler's Mindset in 30 days to 2,500, what's the next best course to buy if I don't have much money and just get started? Janelle, what I suggest you do is go through 30 days to 2,500 again, start making some money, then holler back at me. Latron, how to become self-employed? Yeah, I'm going to tell you to do the same thing that Jay nailed that. Go through 30 days to 2,500. Go through the Hustler's Mindset, Pimping Your Mind for Success, and start there. That's free. More PP and the lower unemployment amount will come. What I don't hear them talking about, will a relief come to those tenants that are facing the big E? Yeah, that's going to be a big problem. Latron, yeah, you need to take 30 days to 2,500. Timothy, should be soon. Should be real soon. All right, Tyrone Williams, I have 18K saved and counting. Keep stacking that money. Because, see, those people who have money are going to win in this current environment. That's going to be the ticket. All right, because I'm not going to keep this too long. So for those of you who want to be part of how to turn your present LLC into a holding company S corporation style, go below, be a part of the webinar that's going to kick off this Sunday. Thank you, J Nail. Steve Jamerson, Storage Orcs are already busting out. All right, that's all I have for you guys. I will see you later.